Today we're going to take a closer look at how I pack my Reckless 80 system from Mosko Moto. This is probably one of the most asked questions I've got lately, and if this is the Reckless 80 or the Reckless 40, how I pack it, and it seems like I bring a lot of stuff with me, and how does it fit inside only 80 liters of storage. I think it's much easier for me to just show you guys. I'm gonna break down every bag and what I bring with me, and I pretty much run with the same setup dependent on if I travel with a tent or I travel with a hammock. So what you see here is pretty much the basic stuff I bring with me on all my trips. It doesn't matter how long or short the trip is. This is kind of like the normal setup for my kind of trips. A Stinger, 22 liters. There are two side bags, each 25 liters. And you have the offset pockets of 4 liters each. But let's start with the Stinger 22. In this bag, I put in my tent and I put in my sleeping arrangement. I need my tent, my sleeping pad, my chair, and my pillow. As you can see, the tent is quite big, so the key to shrink it down as small as possible to make it fit is to have the tent poles in their own separate bag. And then I put the tent inside its own bag, and then inside a compression bag like this. Because I want to take out all the air and kind of squeeze out as much air as possible. And of course, with these bags, they are waterproof. So if the tent is wet, you don't get water all over your other equipment. And it goes inside the bottom. And there's still a lot of room inside the Stinger 22. And then I put in my camping chair. Then you have my sleeping pad, extra large, it's 2 meters and 20 long. And this can be a snug fit, so sometimes I need to squeeze the bag a little bit to get extra space. And that is one thing I absolutely love with these Mosko bags, is they are really heavy duty, so you can really put some strain on it without it losing its shape or it gets damaged. And then it's the sleeping pad, now a sleeping pillow on top. Put out as much air as possible and roll it together. 3 times, then you're secured, it's waterproof. Now let's go into one of the side bags. And in this side bag, I have my sleeping bag, and I have my Trangia, my cooking gear, and I have my coffee utilities. Yeah, I think this is all. Sleeping bag goes in first. And you see it kind of fills up most of the bag. But I almost forgot one thing. I also bring the whiskey bottle, because that's close to my sleeping bag. Not the best idea because it's a side bag, but still, if it tips over, yeah. Because I have a down sleeping bag, it's really easy to compress and make extra room. And then I put the whiskey bottle on the side. On top of here, I put the Trangia, and I put the coffee, and I have the grinder. Squeeze out a little bit of air. 3 times roll over. That bag is secure. Yeah, the second side bag I'm gonna take inside, because here's a lot of smaller things. Because I have this blue dry bag I use as a washing bag, and I use it also as a dirty clothing bag. So I put this in the bottom. Then I take another compression bag, approximately 8 liters, and inside here I put an extra set of long johns and wool underneath, 3 pairs of boxer shorts, 3 pair of socks, and the wool. And it's the same with all compression bags. I try to squeeze out as much air as possible. So now I know, no matter what happens, this is always clean and dry gear. On top of that, I take my an extra t-shirt and shorts or a trouser. It depends on the season, but it almost packed the same. There's little difference in those two. Put that on top, squeeze it in there as hard as I can. And now I have a little other stuff I put in there. I put in the kitchen utilities like spatula, cutting plate, some plastic bags and whatnot, what you can find inside here. Just a bag I got with some other equipment. Put that in, and I put in the headlamp. That is really important here in Norway because it gets dark at night. And I put an extra power bank so I can charge my mobile phone and camera gear inside my tent if it rains a lot. And I have I use this to dry myself after shower. Lack the words of it. This I put inside. And yeah, I think that is, yeah, and of course, this is the heated jacket from Mosko. Doesn't matter where you get your heated jacket from, but this I want to have space for or room for in this compartment because this is much easier to take in and out of the bag when I'm riding. So this is always on top. And there's also a little bit of room in this bag for groceries if I stop to buy some food or whatnot. And with all of that inside the bag, same, squeeze out of air, roll it at least 3 times, and then it's waterproof. And then we have the 2 small 4-liter pockets. On the one side, I have coffee, an extra kilo of coffee. This is just a brand new bag. I cinched this down to a smaller portion. I can fit it in between, but I also have extra coffee. Put that on there. Then I bring a gas canister on top of that. And all the way on the top here, I bring my coffee cup because this is really easy to reach every time I stop. Cinch that down. And the last one, I have a foldable saw. This is genius when you want to cut up firewood. I used to bring with me the small hatchet, but I found I use that less and less, and it's extra weight and unnecessary space. So after I went over to a big knife again, this is the Helle Nord knife. It works good as a chopper. It works brilliant cutting up meat and everything. So I started to use a big knife again. So a big knife and a saw in the bottom. Then I have my small first aid kit. That also depends on what trip I go on, but this is most probably with me. All the way in the bottom. Then I have the Thermacell. This one is a brilliant mosquito repellent thing that works. I just screw it on top of the gas canister and it works like wonders. Absolutely recommend this for trips in Scandinavia. That goes in there. Just bought this year. This is a small bag with mosquito net, like the fine mesh one, not a normal mosquito net, but that takes the tiny mosquitoes, really fine masks. Love this, need to have it. Then I have soap to go when I go to the showers, and I have soap for my clothing if I need to wash on the trips. Inside here. And I have a little pump that I use to blow up my air mattress. Got a lot of questions about this as well. This is from Flextail. It's called the Zero Pump. It has absolutely, yeah, I'm really impressed by this little thing, how well it blow up everything. And I think it blows up my mattress 4 or 5 times really great, and it also works as an exhaust vent, so you can suck all the air out. That I bring with me. And this is a tiny bike pump I used to just put in air in my motorcycle tires if I get a flat or whatnot. Also a great thing. The only thing I think is lacking on this pump is how to say it, to show how many bars that is still in the tire. That I really miss on it, but it's no problem. So that goes in. Cinch it down. 2 aux pockets on the outside of the thing, and here of course you have the tent poles inside here. It's just tent poles. It is pegs to go in the ground. If it's really rocky, I find this one cheap to be really nice. A little bit rusty, I see. Maybe I forgot to dry them out. Doesn't matter. So, and 3 sets of tent poles, and the tent poles they come with the tent, and I have the like a hammer to put the nails to the ground, because it can be really hard or tough on your arms to put it in the ground. And all of this is 80 liters of package done my way. And of course, don't forget the Crocs tied down to the rear of my bike. I always wear this. This is brilliant to wear in the rivers, at camp to get air on your legs, or just to go in the shower and campings or whatnot. Wouldn't leave the house without them. And the reason I pack like this is probably a little bit of, how to say it, a damage because of my work situation. But I really like having a good system and try to pack the same for every trip I take, because I know where everything is. And if I can't find something in one of my side compartment, I know that it's not missing. It's either missing or it's left behind at home. I don't need to spend time looking for it. Some of the equipment, like my coffee gear and my cup and my gas, is really accessible, so it's much easier for me to pick it up just by the side of the road, because I use that more than some of the other stuff. That only comes out when I'm have set camp, and most of my bags are open in camp anyway. And it's really important for me to emphasize that there's no right or wrong. It's just to find your way of packing, what gear works for you, try and fail and become better with trial and error. All my packing and my gear is kind of fine-tuned through the years. I even found something I want to make better for next year's or next season, and that is I want a little bit smaller tent, because my tent packs just a little bit too big for my liking. So I will try to see if I can find a smaller tent, or at least a tent that packs much smaller, just to be able to just enjoy having an extra luxury item with me, or just have some extra room if I stop to buy some groceries or soda or whatever. I hope this video was useful. Yeah, I think that is what I got for you guys today. So take care, stay safe. I'll see you in the next one.